Hi everybody, welcome back. Hopefully your spring break was pleasant. This video is going to give you an overview of what we're going to be doing this quarter and how things are going to change, how things will remain the same, and so on. Luckily for you, I've figured out ways to keep this generally the same. Hopefully it will be the same amount of work, same amount of time per week, and the same schedule, okay? There's of course going to be differences because we're doing things digitally now, but in any case, I think this transition will be easier than I had originally worried about. It will require a lot of work on your part, but I'm trying to make this as accessible for you as possible, okay? So let's go ahead and kind of talk about the things that are changing and talk about how your grade breakdown is going to be affected. So what's nice for you, hypothetically, is that we will not be meeting as a digital class. Okay, in my opinion, and there's some differences of opinion on this, and I don't know exactly what my colleagues are doing at this point. I'm recording this a bit early. It's still during spring break for me, but it is difficult to convincingly do harmonic and melodic dictations and to sing as an ensemble digitally because of latency issues and because of personal tech issues and for a variety of reasons. So I will not be requiring you to meet over Zoom. Okay. That being said, you will still have 3 weekly video lectures to attend, so to speak. They will be posted at the normal dates and times that they normally would be posted. So they'd be posted on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Okay. So if you want to keep to class time as it used to be and keep that hour free, which I would recommend if you can, that will stay the same, but these are not going to be live. They will be posted to my personal YouTube channel, which if you're watching this, you have found that. So when I say personal, I mean that it's the YouTube account under my name, but the only thing that's on this channel is the videos for this class and for my other 4 series class for the sophomores. So yeah, ideally you should subscribe so that way then you're notified when videos are posted, but if you want to just go ahead and watch at your own pace, that's fine. Just like how the classes were before, I'm going to keep to a generally similar layout where Monday is typically theory and singing. So I'll give you kind of the overview of what we're doing that week, introduce new theoretical context. So some weeks will be heavier than others, of course, but that's going to be the kind of layout. So Wednesday will be more singing and melodic dictation, kind of depending on what the week's material is. And then Friday will be primarily harmonic dictation and melodic dictation. Ideally more harmonic than melodic, but you know how it is. We'll kind of get to what we need to. So, oh, pardon me. This next part is not for you. This next part is for my other class. So, whoops, forgot about that. But week 1 for you is all new material, so don't worry about that. The videos will be shorter than a typical class time. So my goal is that each video is 20 to 30 minutes long. There's not interaction with you. That's most of what class is. About half of class is interacting with you, hearing your questions, that kind of thing. So this is basically all the material that I would normally give you, but without any sort of interactive component. So that might be an asset for you. Okay. But you'll have some work to compensate this, and I'll explain that in a second. So let's go ahead and move on now to what your homework and what your work breakdown is going to be. So the percentage is the same as previous quarters. Okay. Participation is still 35%. The weekly graded assignments are still 35%, and your midterm and final are still 15% each. Okay. Midterm and final, I don't know what we're doing for that yet. As of recording this, I don't know. I will let you know how those will manifest, whether there'll be a dictation, whether there'll still be some sort of limited dictation, like if it were live, or whether or not it's a bigger transcription project that gives you unlimited listens. I don't know. So I'll let you know that as I find out. So the biggest change from previous quarters is participation. So instead, because you'll be having up to a half hour less class time per session, and because you won't be interacting with me directly, I will be requiring you to send me MP3s of you singing every week. Okay. We've done these kind of assignments before, but this will become a weekly fixture now. These will be taken directly from Rogers and Ottman. Typically, I mean, that's subject to change, of course, but that's the plan as of right now. And they will be assigned on the Monday or the Wednesday lecture. Okay, so I will let you know in the video and in the description for the video what I'm looking for and when they're assigned. They will probably be assigned on, or probably be due on Fridays every week. Okay, usually by class time. So again, if you carve out the hour that you would normally have, you can just do these right away, and then they're not really homework. So I would not think of them as homework, but you got to do what you got to do. So you know your schedule. In any case, the weekly graded assignments are likely going to stay the same. Quizzes are basically gone because I haven't figured out a way that I like to do quizzes yet, and I don't necessarily think that we need them. You will still have transcriptions from repertoire like before. They might be a little bit longer. I'm not going to try to make them harder, but they might be longer than they've been. And some of them may be like middies, like I've done before, but I like to give you homework from repertoire. It's an experience to get work with that. So that's still kind of the same. So luckily, as far as how the class breaks down, not much has changed from previous quarters. So let's talk about the video lectures and what it's going to look like. A couple things that I'll ask of you. So I would prefer if you watch them on your laptop instead of on your phone. The reason for this is that I put things on the screen. I make a presentation like this one for every class. They're not pretty because I have to get a lot of them done in a week, but I do try to give you relevant charts when needed, examples, screenshots from Rogers and Ottman, other sort of diagram, things that I've whipped up in the finale. And if it's on your phone, that's going to be hard to see in any sort of detail. So really try to watch them on your laptop or a tablet, something with a bigger screen. In addition, please try to treat this like you're going to class. Okay, so I wouldn't recommend doing them at a coffee shop or in a place where there's any sort of noise. Try to do them in a quiet place where you can sing, clap, and hear me. And I'll explain why singing and clapping is going to be germane in a second. But, you know, don't just have it on your phone on your couch while the TV's on. Like, try to listen with headphones and focus on this. They're not very long, so not too much to ask for. I would highly recommend, I can't require, because how can I? But I would highly recommend that you watch them on the day that they release. So they're going to be published on YouTube at 10 a.m. You don't have to watch them at 10 a.m., but I would watch them on Monday if they release on Monday, Wednesday, and so on for a couple reasons. In addition, for one reason, this allows you to get the practice in regularly that you would have during the week. If you do all of them at once, that's not going to behoove you very well. That's like cramming for a test, and you can't learn oral skills one day, 1 week at a time. Okay. In addition, a way that I'll kind of incentivize you to watch these regularly is that your information for weekly assignments will not be posted to Gauchospace. They will not be emailed out. Your participation for the week will be given to you in the videos. So, for instance, if I assign in the Wednesday video a participation assignment, I want you to sing and send me back MP3s, it'll be due by Friday morning. So if you wait till Friday to watch all the videos, you have missed the assignment and you will be docked points for your participation for that week. Okay. So it's easier than ever to get 100% participation. Okay. But you really got to do it on time. Okay. Still have a paper and pencil ready. Try to have a place to write for these. I will still be giving you traditional lectures, and the dictations, of course, will require this. In these videos, I include time and repetitions for sing-alongs and for dictations. So for singing, I will literally go, let's go ahead, I'll clap the beats for this time and let's have you sing. Another time I'll be doing it on my melodica, or I'll get a keyboard set up or something of the like. So you can just start the video and watch it start to end, and I've timed everything out. The same for dictations. I will tell you 4 listens. I will play it for you 4 times. I'll give you time in between. This is the honor system. So for dictations, you could easily just repeat and pause and do the 15 seconds back button. But on your first time through, I would really try to engage with me as if it were in class and sing along and dictate in the time that I give you. After you watch the video through the first time, I would highly recommend you to rewatch them as needed, though. I mean, they're YouTube videos. They don't expire, and I won't be taking them off for the duration of the quarter. So if you need to rewatch anything, just go ahead and do so. It's a way to study, and everything that you need now is here. So office hours. So set office hours are gone. There's not really a point for me keeping 10 a.m. to noon on Mondays available if they're digital. No dropping by. So all office hours are by appointment. Email me at tccassidy@ucsb.edu to set up a time. I mean, I'm very flexible, as you probably will be. At least at the time of recording, I don't really have any sort of in-person thing in sight. So I prefer if these were video, because then I can kind of talk through things and show you things and share my screen and stuff. But, you know, I'm flexible. I prefer Google Meet. Google Meet runs really well, and you have access to Google Meet with your university email if you just click on the grid at the top right. But I can do Zoom, I can Skype, I can even do something like Discord. I'm flexible with what you need. If you don't like Zoom, you can use Google Meet. If you don't like Google Meet, you can use Zoom, what have you, okay? So just let me know. I'll meet you there. So concluding thoughts. If you have any questions or any extra help, please don't hesitate to email me. We may not, depending on where you're at, depending on what you need, we may not interact one-on-one for the duration of the quarter. That's possible. If you need help, you need to tell me so, because it's hard for me to gauge, because I don't have any of the interaction anymore. All I'll see is your work, and you can be pretty confident and do a pretty good job in your work and still not feel super confident. So please let me know. I will try to keep time available in every week where I can kind of shove in some office hours if need be. That may change as my schedule does, but just let me know. In addition, this is the biggest thing about this class, more so than perhaps any other class that you take. As I've always mentioned, this is a skills-based class. This is not something you study for. This is something that you practice, and it's rehearsals. Our class sessions, to me, are more like a rehearsal than they are like a class. And because of that, this class is on you more than it's ever been before. If you don't build this into a routine, if you don't take it seriously, if you don't have the intrinsic motivation to get better, you'll lose it. And this class will be very rough for you. And I'm going to keep the same rigor that I've always kept, because you deserve it and you need it. So please take this seriously. Just because we're not meeting in person doesn't mean that it's going to be any less of a time commitment for you. I will do my best to keep it the same amount of time per week as it was before. Again, lectures are shorter and you've got these little homework participations shoved in there, but ideally nothing's really changing time-wise. So please commit to me the time that you would commit to me if I were in person, okay? If something isn't working for you, or if you have any feedback, just let me know. I want to optimize the class for you. This is a class for you. I am at your service. Let me know what I need to do to help you. I'm open to switching up the format. Not too dramatically, but if in a week you want more singing, for instance, if it's something as simple as that, just let me know, I record these video lectures a little bit in advance, but I could always add extra practice. It's really easy to add an extra video, to the playlist. So, if there's anything really bad, if there's audio issues, or if, like, for instance, when I finally get my keyboard set up, if the keyboard just isn't working for you and you want to do MIDI or something like that, just let me know. I'm happy to help, and I check my email constantly. So if you ever need anything, please just let me know. We're all in this together. We'll get through this. I'm far more confident now that I've had some time to work on this and figure out what I'm going to be doing than I have before. And I don't think that you're going to get any less of an education than you would get if I was in the room bullying you in person. So with that, that's it. This is kind of the intro video to the class. There's no assignment or anything, no gotcha. This is kind of the video syllabus. The actual syllabus will, of course, be posted to Gauchospace, but feel free to refer back to this if you ever have any questions, and email me if need be. So with that, we are done. As always, just let me know. I'm here to help, and we're going to have a great quarter together. So see you next time.